Being a public figure comes with the responsibility of becoming a role model for those who follow you. But of course, we are all human and prone to making mistakes. In today's video, we'll take a look at 10 wrestlers who have been arrested. But before we dive into our content, I ask that you give our channel a chance by subscribing, giving us a thumbs up, and clicking the notification bell. 10. Stone Cold. In 2002, Stone Cold Steve Austin faced a serious domestic violence scandal. Austin was accused of assaulting his then-wife, Debra Marshall, at their home in San Antonio, Texas. On June 15, 2002, Debra called the police after a violent incident, stating that Austin had hit her several times during an argument. The responding officers noted a visible bruise below Debra's right eye. Austin was not at the scene when the police arrived, but he called home twice during their investigation and refused to return when requested by the officers. Austin eventually surrendered to the police on August 13, 2002, after a warrant was issued for his arrest. He was formally charged with misdemeanor assault and was released on a $5,000 bond. In court, in November 2002, Austin entered a no contest plea to the assault charge. As a result, he was sentenced to 1 year of probation, fined $1,000, ordered to attend domestic violence counseling, and required to perform 80 hours of community service. During his probation, Austin was prohibited from drinking alcohol and needed court approval to travel outside Behar County, Texas. In later interviews, Debra Marshall claimed that Austin used steroids and that the violence was not an isolated incident, attributing it to steroid rage. She also alleged that WWE tried to silence her to protect Austin's image, as he was one of the company's top stars at the time. 9. Jeff Hardy. In 2009, Jeff Hardy, a prominent professional wrestler, faced serious legal troubles involving drug possession. On September 11, 2009, Hardy was arrested after police executed a search warrant at his home in Cameron, North Carolina. During the search, law enforcement officers discovered a significant cache of illegal substances, including Vicodin pills, Soma pills, milliliters of anabolic steroids, and a small amount of powder cocaine. The estimated street value of the drugs was around $2,500. The discovery led to several felony charges against Hardy, including trafficking in opiates, 2 counts of felony possession with intent to distribute a Schedule III controlled substance, maintaining a dwelling for controlled substances, possession of cocaine, and a misdemeanor charge for possession of drug paraphernalia. Following his arrest, Hardy was taken to the Moore County Detention Center and his bail was set at $125,000. He was released after his brother, Matt Hardy, posted bail. In court, Hardy eventually pleaded guilty to charges of possession with intent to distribute controlled substances and conspiracy to traffic in opiates. As part of a plea deal, other charges were dropped. He was sentenced to 10 days in jail, 30 months of probation, and was required to pay a $100,000 fine and undergo a drug abuse treatment program. 8. Kurt Angle. On September 4, 2011, Kurt Angle was arrested in Warren County, Virginia. A concerned driver reported a vehicle swerving erratically on Interstate 66. During the traffic stop, Angle was found to have a blood alcohol level of 0.06, which is below the legal limit of 0.08 in Virginia. However, the erratic driving and the trooper's observations led to his arrest on suspicion of driving under the influence. Following his arrest, Angle was taken to the Warren County Jail and was later released after posting a $2,000 bond. 7. Booker T. In early 1987, Booker T, along with several accomplices, engaged in a series of armed robberies targeting Wendy's restaurants in the Houston, Texas area. The group executed these heists with a degree of coordination, typically using masks to conceal their identities while wielding firearms to intimidate employees and secure cash from the registers. Over several months, they successfully carried out these robberies, which ultimately drew the attention of law enforcement. Booker T's criminal activities came to an abrupt end in April 1987 when he was apprehended by the police. During the arrest, the authorities were able to link him and his partners to the string of robberies, leading to his prosecution on charges of aggravated robbery. In December 1987, Booker T pleaded guilty to the charges. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison. However, due to good behavior, he was granted parole and released after serving 19 months. 6. Big Show. At the time, White was only 16 years old. He was detained in Aiken, South Carolina, on charges related to theft. According to reports, he and several friends were involved in a series of robberies at local businesses, which led to their arrests. White, standing out even at a young age due to his enormous size, was quickly identified and taken into custody along with his accomplices. White was reportedly deeply affected by the experience, which became a turning point in his life. This early encounter with the law, coupled with his imposing physical stature and the influence of his difficult upbringing, ultimately propelled him towards seeking a different path, leading him into a successful career in professional wrestling. 5. Brock Lesnar. Fresh out of college, Brock Lesnar, still wet behind the ears, inked a deal with WWE in 2000 and was promptly dispatched to its Ohio Valley Wrestling developmental system. Teaming up with Shelton Benjamin, Lesnar soared as a tag team sensation in OVW, all under the watchful eye of Paul Heyman. It seemed like Lesnar was destined for greatness from the get-go. Yet Lesnar's trajectory hit a snag when he found himself in handcuffs in Louisville, Kentucky. Accused of possessing illegal substances and anabolic steroids, Lesnar faced a trial by fire. Even today, his mugshot from that arrest remains a stark reminder, accessible to modern fans with a simple internet search. Given Lesnar's always impeccable physical condition, it's not surprising that rumors swirled about potential substance use. In a wrestling landscape where brawn often equates to marketability, it's not unthinkable that Lesnar might resort to enhancements to maintain his edge in WWE, where hulking superstars reign supreme. 4. Velveteen Dream. There was a time when Velveteen Dream, the former NXT North American champion, appeared to be a guaranteed sensation destined for the spotlight of Raw or SmackDown. Despite his promising trajectory, that anticipated promotion never materialized for Patrick Clark Jr. In 2020, he faced accusations of sending inappropriate images to minors on 2 separate occasions. Despite no formal charges or WWE disciplinary action, his ascent halted. He continued to wrestle, even challenging Adam Cole for the NXT Championship, but by 2021, he vanished from WWE screens and was eventually released in May. Speculations about a potential comeback have surfaced intermittently, but Clark's troubles seem to have multiplied. In August 2022, he was arrested for first-degree battery and trespassing, and shortly after for violating probation, dimming the prospect of any WWE return. 3. Ric Flair. In 2005, Flair, whose real name is Richard Morgan Fleer, allegedly confronted another motorist and subsequently assaulted him during the confrontation. The incident stemmed from an altercation that occurred at a road rage incident in Charlotte, North Carolina. Flair appeared in court on February 24, 2005, where he was fined $1,000 and ordered to pay $2,000 in restitution to the assaulted driver. Additionally, he received a 12-month probation sentence and was instructed to attend anger management classes. 2. Chris Jericho. In 2010, Jericho was approached by police officers while driving his car, and during the interaction, the officers noticed that Jericho exhibited signs of intoxication. The officers proceeded to conduct a sobriety test on Jericho, which he failed. He was then arrested on charges of driving under the influence, DUI. Following the arrest, Jericho was taken to the local police station, where he spent several hours in custody before being released on bail. 1. Alberto Del Rio. In August 2020, Alberto Del Rio faced serious legal ramifications after being arrested in San Antonio, Texas. The charges against him included sexual assault and aggravated kidnapping, stemming from an incident involving a female acquaintance. According to reports, the woman accused Del Rio of physically assaulting her and holding her against her will for several hours. Following his arrest, Del Rio was indicted by a grand jury on multiple counts, including 1 count of sexual assault and 4 counts of kidnapping. These charges carried significant potential penalties, including a lengthy prison sentence and substantial fines if Del Rio were to be convicted. And that wraps up our countdown. Thanks for tuning in to Saga Wrestling. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button below to join the Saga Wrestling family. Until next time, keep watching, keep wrestling.